Welcome on the pure wisdom, chosen ones greetings, Lord's chosen, while others dreaded the. You stood steadfast. You chose faith. When the world around you became engulfed by terror. Faith is the most potent force. However, it waits quietly for someone bold enough to select it. And you? You were that person. When others hesitated, you pressed on with unwavering resolve. While others stayed content with their misgivings, I delved into the difficulties that were ahead. This was not a coincidence, nor was it luck. This is heavenly alignment. Someone powerful has taken note of your bravery. Not just any person, but someone with the ability to repay you in ways you cannot yet imagine. The difficulties, prayers, and unseen wars you waged are starting to make sense. Hold on tight, because when faith prevails, the prize is not limited to the world. It's wonderful. What you've done has put you on a road that is not only remarkable, but it is also intended to alter the trajectory of your life forever. You were not only picked, you were prepared. And now, when the doors to larger things open, you're taking on your divine task. Your faith was your money, and it is now creating revenue. Faith is an investment, not just a belief. It entails the same danger as any other high-stakes investment. By choosing faith over fear, you are not simply expressing optimism. You are also betting on an entity, issuing safety, dismissing reason, and refusing to let fear govern your actions. It was strategy, not foolish optimism, since it seemed safer and gave them a false sense of control. Most people cling to dread. However, you notice something others don't. Fear costs money. It holds people back, takes away opportunities, and paralyzes potential. That was the price you refused to pay. Rather, you chose to have faith above confidence, relationships, and comfort. That decision is already paying off. Faith is an ongoing commitment that takes endurance. It does not deliver advantages immediately away. When nothing seemed to change, you waited. When everything seems to be against you, you believed. You kept going even when the ground seemed shaky. That resilience is not underestimated. You acted before there was proof, whilst others waited for evidence. As a result, the prize you are getting was earned, rather than handed to you at random. A crucial individual saw your procedure, how you refused to swap your faith for doubt, and how you stay firm in the face of dread and whispered justifications to abandon that conviction is unique, precious, and now recognize that the payment is past due rather than just on the horizon. When it arrives, it will exceed your expectations rather than just meeting them. Faith multiplies your investment instead of just repaying it. You starve fear rather than just rejecting it as dishonest. Fear is loud, demanding, and feeds on ambiguity and indecision. It just takes a foothold in your mind to paralyze you. Fear is compelling and might be misinterpreted as caution or wisdom. Hence, evidence is unnecessary. Most people succumb in, but you saw through the deception. You starve fear instead of just rejecting it. Without food, everything eventually dies. Fear can only be sustained if it is allowed to spread. It becomes stronger as you give it more attention. As a result, many individuals continue to live in hypotheticals and worst-case scenarios. However, you broke the cycle. You provided your attention, which is fear's most potent weapon. There is nothing to hold to. You fed your faith rather than your fears. This puts you on the verge of something really extraordinary, because it's difficult to overlook power like yours. Someone influential took notice. Talent is recognized, but boldness is pursued. They seek out persons who exemplify bravery rather than just discussing it because they wish they had the fortitude to hunger. Fear rather than because they have never experienced it firsthand. They pay attention when they witness someone who refuses to let it control them. Your choice to practice your faith not only changed your life, but also set a standard. It illustrated what may happen when fear is denied. That kind of thinking is unusual. Things are now valued. Possibilities are growing, and recognition is near. But this is not because you have never felt terror. Rather, you decided to ignore it when it knocked. The fire was caused by the refining technique, not the test. The majority of people perceive obstacles as tests to pass, things to endure. However, you knew on a deeper level that what you were going through was a refining process, not a test. The idea was to shape you into someone who could not be broken by pressure, rather than to assess your capacity to bear it. Gold is not just tested by fire. It is cleaned by burning out impurities, leaving just what is true and valuable. That is exactly what happened to you. The problems arrived to remove anything that was not part of your future, not to test your strength. Distractions, uncertainty, fear, and insecurity have to go. The flames took away the parts of you that couldn't stand up to what was going to happen. You now have conclusive proof that you are prepared, unwavering faith, and unyielding strength. Someone in a position of power noticed you because of how you dealt with hardship, not because you conquered it. They noted the depth of your character, the clarity of your objective, and the confidence in your acts. Only fire is capable of doing this. It cannot be hastened or falsified. Those who understand greatness are aware of what they desire. They search for individuals who have been sharpened by the journey, not those who have had an easy path. Your reward will come because the fire transformed you into someone who can handle what comes next, not because you just survived it. You are not the same person you were when you started the argument. You have acquired strength, knowledge, and sharpness. The fire left you exposed rather than destroyed, and the world will soon learn what it implies. Before you knew it, you were being watched. You assumed that no one noticed the difficulties, sacrifices, late hours, or secret confrontations. However, someone was watching not just anybody, but a tremendous somebody who understands what genuine strength is. They preferred endurance, fortitude, and unwavering conviction above flashy attention-seeking success. You have it too. Few people understand the process, but everyone enjoys the ultimate product. The handful who have direct experience with the fire are the most significant. They are able to recognize actual quality. They saw your perseverance when giving up seemed easy, how you preserved your faith when cynicism seemed reasonable, and how you showed up when no one was clapping. Most people assume that in order to get noticed, you must act. Yet you were just passionate, persistent, and faithful. That is what sparked their attention. Now, people who truly matter recognize you, but not in the ways you expected. This is a divine appointment, not a fortuitous break. You made the storm bend to you, rather than merely walking through it. Most people pray for the rain to stop and the wind to settle down as they wait for storms to pass. But without reluctance, you have gone through it. You behave with authority rather than appealing for mercy. That is what makes you distinct. Everyone is impacted by storms. However, various individuals respond differently. Some hide while waiting for things to improve, while others crumble under pressure. However, you notice something others don't. Storms pass, and they cannot overwhelm you. You advanced rather than retreated, stripping the storm of its intensity. Such resilience is not to be disregarded. Those who stay calm in the face of adversity are appealing. Being present is more essential than just being powerful. You set a new standard for how you behaved yourself. While everything was going awry, people who were watching took notice. Someone strong is interested in you right now because they see what others don't. Storms make leaders vulnerable. They discern between those who rise above the strain and those who break under it. When they saw you, they recognized someone who does not wait for perfect conditions to take action. Now opportunities are opening because you faced hardship front on and emerged stronger rather than avoiding it. This is not just a reward. It demonstrates that you are overcoming the storm rather than just enduring it. Being submissive made you invulnerable, which is unusual under pressure. Most people bend. They make compromises when things become tough. They take shortcuts when the road gets barren. They abandon obedience when it no longer makes sense. But you didn't. You are exceptional in that you held firm when no one else did. Obedience is tough. It may not always have instant advantages or effects. It may occasionally cost more than you think you can afford. It may sometimes make you feel alone. True obedience, however, is about commitment rather than convenience. You have consistently shown that you would defend your principles at any cost to those who value genuine honesty, as well as to God. That level of dedication is crucial. Those in positions of authority who have the power to open doors and generate opportunities are seeking for trustworthy individuals. They've been watching, and they saw something in you that they don't usually see. Someone who perseveres despite the absence of acknowledgement or promise of reward. Most individuals feel that expertise or connections are essential to success. However, the most successful individuals are those who can be trusted with responsibilities. Trust is built through suffering, not during times of comfort. It emerges when you continue to conduct ethically even when it is more easy to act otherwise. When people want to invest in someone, they look for that kind of character. You will be rewarded for your obedience, not only because you persisted, but also because you never failed. You have frequently shown your unwillingness to compromise, sell out, or falter under stress. The most unusual aspect of your sacrifices is that they were not in vain. Every late night, every tough decision, and every sacrifice you made for a bigger objective seemed like a loss. As if you were leaking without refilling yourself. It would be as if you were giving all but getting nothing. What seemed to be a sacrifice proved to be an investment. The harvest has now passed and is due right now. Sacrifice always appears to result in a loss. Therefore, many individuals avoid it. They won't let go of anything that seems safe. They cling to what they have and to their comfort, and as a consequence, they never grow. However, you notice something that most people do not. Sacrifice is a weighting multiplication, not a subtraction. The difficulty is that most people quit up before they return. The operation is excessively long, uncomfortable, and unexpected, so they give up. But you didn't. You persevered to plant and contribute despite the absence of immediate gain. That's why what's coming is more than just a blessing. It is a reward for all of your hard work. Someone strong has not only seen your faith, but also your consistency. They saw you at your lowest point, when you worked hard, when no one else was watching, and when you placed purpose above convenience. They now perceive something much more significant, a prepared person. This is about demonstrating that all of your sacrifices were not in vain. It wasn't just about winning a reward. Each setback helped you prepare for something bigger. Every time you chose faith over comfort, it seemed as if you were investing in something far larger than yourself. The doors that are now opening are more than just a gift. They signify the restoration of what you thought you'd lost, since sacrifice in God's kingdom never involves loss. Rather, it is about planting something that will blossom into something greater than you could have imagined. You are more than just patient. You are an expert in waiting. Waiting for nothing to happen is one of the most difficult tasks. It tests your faith, fortitude, and ability to persist. Most people find it tough. They either get irritated and push things too quickly, or they just sit there waiting for anything to happen without taking any effort to prepare for it. You overcame the waiting season, but instead of just waiting, you recognized that waiting required doing the right things. Not doing nothing at all. It was about practicing your trade, accumulating information, and preparing for the moment when your opportunity presented itself. You developed yourself while others complained about delays. You viewed waiting as a process, while others saw it as a respite. Your award will so arrive via multiplication rather than just arriving. Favor and influence do not only fall on the unprepared. They search for those who have shown that they are capable of bearing the load of responsibility. Influential individuals have been watching, and they have seen discipline rather than just patience. It was the ability to persist in fidelity, constancy, and effort in the face of stagnation. What differentiates people is their degree of readiness. The waiting is over now. The doors are opening because you are accurate, not just because the timing is right. You enable the process to shape you rather than just endure it. You'll also be prepared when FARF comes. It will find you positioned, ready, and equipped to cope with whatever is going to unfold. You were chosen because you did not take the easy road. The majority of people choose the straightforward option. It's spacious, comfortable, and full of instant delight. It gives quick results with minimum effort. However, following the easy road has the disadvantage of culminating in mediocrity. It generates people who follow societal standards, follow trends, and never reach their full potential. You refuse to recognize that you chose the more tough, lonely, and hard road that demanded more of you. You had the choice of making compromises, cutting corners, or following the crowd. But you didn't. As a result, you are now being picked. Real influencers look for individuals who stand out rather than those that blend in. They're looking for folks who have every reason to quit up. However, they elected not to. They are looking for those who built their moral fiber in the background and spoke up for their views when no one else was around. And you did just that. Your level of favor and influence is not arbitrary. Rather, it is a response to choices you made while no one was cheering you on. It's a reward for adopting a risky path that most people avoid. As a consequence, you will not only receive but also provide blessings. Others will be inspired by your tale to choose legacy above convenience, purpose, celebrity, religion, and comfort. You are now entering what was always meant for you, even if the route you chose was difficult. It was not in vain. You were prepared for this time via every sacrifice, suffering, and leap of faith. You were chosen because you proved that you could accomplish it, not at random. Your faith was a strategy, not a mere platitude. When times are good, everyone may pretend to be religious. It is straightforward to discuss beliefs. However, religion is more about actions than words. It is about how you act, make decisions, and continue when all indicators lead to turning back. That's what made you distinct. You carried out your convictions. It wasn't just anything you expressed. You acted without waiting for the proper conditions to emerge. You believed without waiting for proof. You built when there was no need for it. When there was no sign of progress, you moved, even if you had nothing but faith to hold on to. You acted as if the promise had already been fulfilled. That is strategy, not foolish optimism. Faith is a system, not just a belief. It is the ability to see beyond the current moment and plan for the future. It entails making decisions that contradict conventional sense, yet are consistent with something larger than reason. That is what differentiates those who achieve great results from ordinary people. And now a strong someone has recognized that in you. They can know you were ready for success rather than just wishing for it. You were prepared to go through doors rather than just hoping they would open. Most individuals will never meet a religion that is unique, powerful, and beneficial. This is confirmation that your strategy was effective, not just a reward for thinking that it wasn't a waste of faith and that you were on the correct track with each step you made. Even if it didn't make sense, you'll now be able to see for yourself what you previously believed. Those who can tolerate it are identified via influence. Being influential is a responsibility, not a luxury. This prevents it from falling into the hands of just anybody. Those who have shown that they can handle it without letting it destroy them are discovered. And for the same reason, it is now reaching you. You have not gained the attention of a strong person by chance. It's because they recognize something in you that most people can't handle. Influence is strong. It requires bravery, judgment, and the ability to make decisions that affect not just you, but also others around you. And you've shown your readiness via your persistence, choices, and unwavering faith. Most individuals feel they want influence, even if they don't know what to do with it. They lack the character to sustain the attention, opportunities, and rewards that they so badly want. Influence therefore avoids those who are ill-prepared. It seeks those who can bear it with honesty. It doesn't just land wherever. You've been put to the test in ways most people can't understand. You've had seasons when no one cared, no one applauded, and you had every reason to give up. But you didn't. That is what makes you distinct. That is what prepares you. Influence is now coming to you because you are the kind of person it wants, not because you have sorted it out. A strong individual sees what you've built, persisted through, and are capable of, and now they're acting, not to rescue you, but to confirm what was already true. This is not something you must battle for. You no longer have to prove yourself. You've already shown yourself. Therefore, the doors are opening. It's time to walk in the influence that found you before anybody else confirmed it. You were your own prophet. At first, almost no one believed you. They did not see what you saw. They couldn't understand the fire that burned within you. However, this did not dissuade you. You did it yourself before anybody spoke over you. You discreetly disclosed your magnificence before anybody acknowledged or validated it. You were your own prophet. Self-belief distinguishes individuals who succeed from those who fail before taking a step. The bulk of people want external approbation. They wait for someone to tell them they are worthy of acceptance or acclaim. You didn't wait, even if there was no evidence to back it up. You coaxed your future into existence while everything else screamed failure. You made a leap of faith despite the lack of proof that it would succeed. You portrayed such self-belief as exceptional and dangerous. It goes against the grain. The world is now catching up to what you were always aware of, not because you became great overnight, but because your genius is now undeniable. Someone powerful has taken notice. They may see the results of your long-ago prophecy. They witness what happens when you refuse to let it die. The majority of people assume that success comes when they are finally acknowledged by others. In reality, it happens when you embrace who you are and start living your purpose without waiting for approval from others. That is what distinguishes you from the rest. The validation is on its way, not because you become worthy suddenly, but because you were always deserved of the accolades, opportunities, and doors that you previously had to work hard to unlock. The world is just now realizing what you've always known. Although your history should have disqualified you, it appears on your CV by all reasonable means. You have no business being here. Your past should have disqualified you. Most people would have let challenges, defeats, and losses crush them. However, you included them into your qualifications. The world tells you that having a perfect past qualifies you. Yet having the right connections, background, and performance history opens doors. True strength, however, comes from overcoming what should have killed you, not from having a pristine past. And you did just that. A key person has been watching, and they do not see your past as a disadvantage. They see it as proof that you can bear pressure, know how to rebuild, and never give up. They're looking for someone who knows how to climb, not someone who never fails. This moment is happening because of your past, not in spite of it. You are gaining from every setback, rejection, and occurrence that made you doubt whether you were intended for this. It told such a captivating story that the right person knew you were exactly what they needed the moment they saw it. You're now going places you never expected because you proved you could manage the tough way, not because you took the easy one. Your background prepared you, not disqualified you. And now you're chosen for the very reasons that should have disqualified you. Number 14. This is a promotion for the following job, not a prize. The majority of people think they have finally arrived at the finish line because of the acknowledgement, opportunity, and breakthrough. However, you're more knowledgeable. This is a sign, a spiritual validation that you are about to embark on something far bigger. Not just a reward. Being loyal always leads to progress, not just in terms of reputation or influence, but also in terms of responsibility. All of your trials, sufferings, and tests were not only to get you to this moment. It was done to prepare you for the next phase. Someone powerful took note of you, not just because they feel you deserve a blessing, but also because they see your potential. They see someone who can be trusted with higher stakes, platforms, and authority. Don't get me wrong, this is about assignments, not comfort. Leading is more crucial than receiving in the following season when it comes to joining a profession where you are not only getting favors, but also serving as their distributor, opening the way for others while also breaking through yourself. You had to go through so much because of this. The technique was very difficult as a result, since impact is more crucial than hiding. The doors that are now opening signaled the beginning of something much larger than the end of the journey. You're also prepared, since being able to set your own table was more significant than just getting a seat at the table. It was never a question of chance. It has to do with alignment. Right now, nothing is happening at random. It's not a matter of good fortune, coincidence, or luck. It's an alignment. The result of being prepared for faith, having the chance to obey, and being acknowledged for resilience. You were shown to be more than just a random choice. You traveled an undiscovered path for far too long. You endured seasons when nothing seemed to change, fought battles in silence, and stayed strong when others would have given up. However, influence was waiting, and heaven was watching. And now the light reveals everything you've kept hidden. In reality, you were never neglected. However, someone powerful took notice. Every act of obedience, every moment of faith, every decision to persevere looked easier than giving up. It all added up. You're about to embark on an adventure beyond your wildest imagination. Not because you sought it, but because you embodied it. The finish line is still a ways off. This serves as a starting point. The future is more complex and needs much more from you. However, you are prepared because this journey transformed you rather than just prepared you. The reason you were chosen is not the problem. What are you going to do with it? Is the real question. Do not keep it to yourself. If this message spoke to you or validated a previously held belief, please let me know which component connected with you the most by leaving a comment below and like the video. Also, share this with everyone you know who needs to hear it. This journey is far from over, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. More insight, affirmation, and powerful truths that will catapult you to the next level are still to come. You don't want to miss the next thing. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you make sure to never miss my daily message videos. If you're enjoying the content on Pure Wisdom and find value in the messages we share, I encourage you to subscribe. Based on the latest analytics, 93.9% of viewers are watching without subscribing. By subscribing, you not only stay updated with new content, but also support the channel's growth, allowing us to continue spreading wisdom for the chosen ones. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important message. Let's build this community together.